What's up, YouTube? This past weekend, I had a car come by the house, and buddy of mine, good friend, like a brother, he had the car somewhere, and guy was tuning it a little bit, trying to get it to run better for him. And things happen where sometimes stuff don't work out. So he wanted me to look at the car for some other stuff. Needs a floor and everything in it. So I wanted to see if I could patch him up. It's kind of like a race car. So he doesn't necessarily need it to be pretty, but wanted me to look at it. So looking at it, wanted me to hear it run. So I start tinkering under the hood with it. And I time it, and I notice how long it's taken the timing to come in total. I mean, I'm revving this thing, and it's like never seeing total timing. I'm like, man, that's a lot of RPM to never hit total or to get to total. Like, I mean, it was up there. It had to be in like the 4,000, 4,500 RPM range. So I start looking some stuff over, and I notice the vacuum advance hooked up. So I unplug it, take it straight off, and I start messing with the distributor. I turn it up a little bit. And his timing was set on the lower side, especially for a small block Chevy. So I turn it up. It's around 32 degrees. I put it upwards of 38 or so. Steel-headed, small block Chevy. But this goes for anything, whether it's Ford, Chevy, Dodge, Oldsmobile, Pontiac, AMC. It doesn't matter what it is. That vacuum advance, throw that right in the garbage. There's a lot of people who swear by it. There's a lot of people who will tell you, well, I picked up mileage hooking that back up. I can't believe any of that. I really can't. And here's why. Timing is torque. So when you put timing in something, it's going to make it move easier. So now you don't need as much throttle to get the car moving. Because I'm going to be honest with you, yeah, you could pick up possibly, depending where your timing's at, if it's factory, you're picking up quite a bit of torque by turning that distributor. I mean, I've seen cars pick up 10 horsepower, 15 horsepower. I mean, the Fairmont, it went from a high 16 to a low 16. I think I went from a 16.8 or 7 to a 16.1, whatever, by turning the distributor. That's a lot. That's quite a bit of power. That was another car with the vacuum advance hooked up on it. It's the first thing I do. If I see that hooked up, I unhook it. No reason to have a vacuum advance. You have a mechanical advance in a distributor, that's bad enough. There's no reason to have two advancements on it. Some say, oh, the vacuum advance pulls the mechanical faster. You don't know what you're talking about. I'll probably have comments like that. But I'll tell you what, this car went from being lazy, sounding like it was barely running, to where it sounds halfway decent now. And the car has a long way still to go with tune-up, plugs, wires, things like that. Even the owner of the car goes, that's how I remember it sounding. He goes, you got it sounding like that in 10 minutes. He goes, that's how it used to sound. He goes, it hasn't sounded that good for 10 years or whenever the car was last running. It's been in the family, I guess, for a while. So, stupid stuff like that makes a big difference. I literally adjusted the idle mixture screws on the carburetor, the idle, and unhooked that vacuum advance and turned the distributor, turned it up a couple degrees from where it was totaled before. And the total comes in faster now. Now, it's not crazy fast. It still needs the mechanical advanced locked out, in my opinion. That's how I would do it. I'd lock that distributor out. If he brings me the car, I will end up locking it out. The only downfall to a locked out distributor is it's hard to start when they get warm because you have a ton of timing in it. You need some type of timing retard. Or you need to crank the car and then pop the ignition on with like a toggle switch. But that vacuum advanced bullcrap, guys, you don't have to listen to me, obviously. You're your own people. But you want to pick up a little bit of power, a little bit of torque. You want your stuff to come in a little bit earlier. Get rid of it. Pull that vacuum line off. Cap whatever you need to cap. Whether it be on the carburetor, depending how you hooked it up, you know. Take that bullcrap off. You'll see a difference. Retime the vehicle. Check it. Because this thing, it went from sounding real lazy to starting to come around. Where it gave you a little bit of hope. Because I'm going to be honest, when I first heard it, I was like, man, this don't sound too good. And where it came from, I expected it. I was like, there ain't much I'm going to be able to do with this thing to make it sound any better than... But that's it. That's all I did. Well, idle mixture screws, readjusted them. I adjust them a little different than most people. But the idle, that stuff don't make a car that much more responsive. Those idle mixture screws, they do transition. But that's not going to make the car... It all adds up, but it's not going to make or break the car. From where they were adjusted to where I adjust them to, it's very minuscule. Because I counted how many turns I went in and how many I turned out, and it's really actually close to where the last guy had it. But I mean, a quarter turn is a quarter turn on each screw. It does make a little bit of difference. Now, to the untrained ear, somebody just revving something, you're doing that, you're probably not going to even notice it. But to somebody who knows what they're listening to, who's done it for a long time, yeah, it sounds a little bit better there. You can hear it, kind of feel it in the throttle response when you whack in the carburetor. And then that vacuum bull crap off the distributor, the vacuum advance, and just a couple more degrees of timing. It's only 4 degrees of timing, and the car sounds like a different car. Like I said, listen to me or don't, but get rid of it. That's pretty much it. I just wanted to inform you guys. Thought this might help some guys out. Something small, but it is something that plays a role in our hobby and what we do with this racing stuff. You know, this is how you get the minuscule touches out of something. I mean, you're talking torque, that is 60 foot, that is eighth mile, that is quarter mile ET. Faster you get something moving, the faster it gets to the end. So there's one of our little tricks, and a lot of other people's tricks. That's why you see carburetors with locked out, or cars with locked out distributors in them. This isn't something, this is old technology. I mean, this, you know. So that's pretty much it. I just wanted to, like I said, inform you guys and give you another little tip and trick. So hopefully it helps you guys out. Something for you guys to play with if you're bored one day. And I want to see if that really works. Go ahead, test the theory. You're not going to be let down by it. The only time you're let down by timing is when you go to start it when it's warm. That's it. It's the only time it sucks. Because sometimes the cars don't want to start up if you got a locked out distributor with a lot of timing in them. So that's why I run the boxes I run, where I can program a start retard. Or if you have a start retard with the dial, you can pull out so many degrees on startup. Couple different ways you could do it, but it's worth it. It's worth it to have a start retard and that timing locked out. Trust me, you will not regret it. That being said, hope it helps you guys out, and I'll catch you guys around. I'll see you.